Welcome back to Foreign Friday with yours truly and 21-1 Thomas to my right and now to my left. Today we're going to do the, how do they pronounce it? Ayr?
Ayr.
Ayr?
Mm-hmm.
I call it the Pirate Ayr Racecourse. Why not? Looking over, it's
considered the best track in Scotland.
Scottish racing. Well, along with the Scottish racing, Thomas, we're going to get some nice weather over there. It looks like it's going to rain today and tomorrow.
Yep.
We shall point out that the track is already listed as soft, so I don't suspect it's going to get any firmer than it is currently. What do you think?
Yeah, today's racing was definitely, there was some give and some kickback, so I would say soft is, maybe good in places, but I think that's just going downhill real quick.
Yes, by tomorrow it'll be soft for sure. Well, something that's never too soft, always firm, at least in the I like it column, is free picks today. There are some free picks over at Charlestown. Well, that'll be tonight, probably while all the folks are sleeping over in England in any case, or Scotland. I have a Welsh friend that I work with. It's pretty funny because I bust his chops all the time. It's amazing to me how territorial they are over there, right? Because if you're Scottish or you're Welsh or you're English, you're none of the other ones. So knowing that he's Welsh, I call him Braveheart all the time because Braveheart is Scottish. And I'm not Scottish. It's actually kind of funny, but maybe not to him, but to me. But he gets it now anyway, Tom. Tomorrow, Pennsylvania Derby, as soon as the show is over at Horse Race, a guaranteed tip sheet, I will have the wagering guide up along with the smart sheets in just a little bit once the show passes. Big day. Every race counts tomorrow, Tom, at Parks. 15 races, all of them with a prize pool of at least $100,000. Make sure you use the link in the description here on YouTube so they know where you came from. And when the show's over, I will post our picks, a race replay over at horseracingtoday.net. And while you're there, hit that HRT gear button. Pick yourself up a t-shirt, a hat, anything that'll make you look better and support the show so Thomas and I can continue to bring you incredible analysis from overseas. All right, Tom, that's exactly what we're going to do now is incredible analysis starting in race number 2. And let me start out by thanking Thomas for 25 horse fields, 17 horse fields, and then a bunch of babies that ain't done nothing before. So, all right. Race number 1 is the 1 and 2 furlongs. Big football bet builder boosts. And when they mean big football, big builder boost, they don't mean our football. They mean soccer over there, right, Thomas?
Absolutely.
And this race course, I kind of dig it, Tom. It's this.
Well, you like the way they run around, don't you?
Well, they run around the wrong way, but I like the hills, and I like this graphic here that shows you where they're going to run. So they're going to run, in this case, again, how far did I say they're going to go? 1 mile and 2 furlongs. So 1.25 miles, 1 mile, 2 furlongs. Oh boy, which one is that?
Number 1.
Number 1. Yes, indeed. Number 1. So you're going to start here. They're going to run downhill, uphill, downhill, uphill, downhill, uphill. Around a corner that looks like it's going to be the low point. They're going to make their way back around the track, and the finish line is almost at the high point. How much does all that undulation and post position make a difference in this short field, Tom?
It does make a difference.
And what difference would it make?
This short field, probably not much because of the way I think it's going to be run. It'll probably be a dawdling pace. And somebody who likes the off-going, maybe the best one to bet. With that,
maybe
number 6, Tuscan Hill is my top choice. He's been running in Group 1 and Group 2 races. He got 2 of them. He showed a little in both of them. Nothing in the Derby. But he's won over the soft going in his last start of the season last year. And maybe it's time for him to wake up. And I'm hoping so because he'll be the biggest price on the board, I think. Number 3, Certain Lad is going to be my next choice. 3 starts this season. Not much to say, but he's been racing in Group 2 races. So dropping to listed may help that. And he won a Group 3 at Longchamp. So he's definitely someone to consider. He likes the soft going.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, Caviar Heights is going to be my final choice. Ran second twice this season in listed company. And he's lost by a neck and a nose. A little shorter distance today. And likes that off going, and I like the price, but he's been drifting up.
You know what they call those horses that finished second by a head and a nose? They're wallpaper horses, Tom.
Yes, well, that's why he's number 3.
They like to hang late. I have Certain Lad, the top pick for me. Look at those odds: 8-1, 7-1, 11-2, 6-1, steadily heading in the right direction. Thomas, this one has run at Ayr once before. Came home the winner. And his best races have come when the grass is wet. Good fit. Number 5, Almeric. My next choice. The rightful favorite. 2 wins on soft. But it's a 3-year-old. And aside from the 6, everybody else is older. Number 2, Caviar Heights. This horse is probably going to be better in the second start after a layoff. Thomas, the only question is, this horse hasn't gotten a chance to run on the soft turf yet. So we'll see. And let's see what the predictor says. You thought I was going to forget, didn't you, Tom?
Sometimes you do.
Yeah, most of the time, I'd say. Bang! Caviar Heights. King's Gambit, a horse that neither of us had. Certain Lad in there. Liberty Lane, Almeric, and Tuscan Hills, Thomas. That was your top choice. Looks like it's got some work to do between today and tomorrow.
It does.
Yes, a lot of improvement. Forthcoming from Tuscan Hills. All right, so I didn't forget that. Let's click out here, and we're going to go to race number 3. Race number 3 will kick off at 9:25 a.m. Eastern. They're going to go 6 furlongs. And over here on our race course map, you're going to see they're just going to run straight down. They're going to go down a chute. Woo! Like, it's almost like a bobsled ride, right? And then they're going to make their way up the hill to the finish line. And how much endurance do you need in a sprint to make that climb towards the finish line?
You need some, but right now, based on the races yesterday and today, the middle and inside posts have been the most desirable.
All right. And who's the most desirable in your view for the Ayr Silver Cup Handicap?
Number 20, Rousing Encore, my top choice. Shown sign of life in his last race. He ran mid-pack, made a move to the leaders, and just didn't finish. As you can see, his odds have been going down, so that's interesting, to say the least.
Mm-hmm.
And 19, Sitke Wilkie, my next choice. Reasonable effort last time out at York, at roughly the same level. We're going to add a half a furlong to today, and that should help. And he's been doing well in the soft going in the past. So why not? I'm going to take number 7, Narco, my next choice. He won his last 2, and he's going to move up in class. The issue is post position with this one, frankly. That outside may not be the most desirable place to be. And finally, I'm going to make another pick because every once in a while I can. And I'm going to take Sondad as my next final choice. He's run really well on some soft going. So I got to put him in there.
Number 6. All right. Well, I have number 10. Candy. That one's odds are going down as well. Been solid on off footing, Thomas. The only time he ran on air, he won with ease. And the resume says you can expect a better horse in the second start after the layoff. And we got an agreement on Nariko, or whatever that horse's name is. That one's probably going to be your favorite. If you get a 5-1 favorite, $12 to win on the favorite, that's not a bad thing. The distance does suit this horse. Ran 4 times, won 3 of them. Came home second in the other. And it's another one that has performed some of its best on a soft track. Sondad, we agree on that one too, Thomas. Has 3 turf wins in 9 races. 2 for 2 at 6 furlongs when the grass is wet. And then finally, number 5, Weedor. Is that how you would say that, Tom? I have no idea.
Yeah,
what was that?
I'm assuming it's a reference to Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings? Yeah, it could be. I forget. I read those books so long ago and I've been hit in the head so many times I forget about them. But I don't forget about, Tom, is A Tom horse. This one is a Tom horse. It could be a horse for the course too. Is he going to win? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But at Ayr, he's run 12 times, won 5 of them. Ran at other courses 46 times, won 7 times. I would think that qualifies as a horse for the course. I think he qualifies for a Tom horse at 18-1. Is he going to win? Maybe not. But finishing the money, I think good chance.
He's got a good draw. The 9 draw is not awful in a big field like this.
With the 25 horses. I think if you can hit the pick 3 in the next 3 races, you're probably going to make a mortgage payment.
Or 2.
Well, we don't have Bin Harir, Far Above Dream, Roberto Caro, Rousing Encore. Okay, Thomas has Rousing Encore. 5,000 to 1. That should be your new nickname. And then Burma Gold. I don't have any horses in there, Tom.
Well, could be interesting then.
Yeah. It's probably par for the course.
Yeah. Well, no, not for this course.
Yeah. Well, you would think just statistically, if I pick 4 horses, one of them would make it into the top 7, according to the predictor, but I guess not. Another 6 furlonger for 2-year-olds, Thomas' favorite group of horses. Again, they're going to start up in that little chute. They're going to run down the hill. It should be a lot of fun, a little bit of frolicking, if you will, for the 2-year-olds, Tom. And we've already talked a little bit about having some stamina uphill. So at the end of the day, which one of these 2 horses is going to prove to be the champion of 2-year-olds?
I start with 11, Lightning Polka. 1 race, 1 win. Novice race at Haydock and won by 2 lengths. Came from pretty far back to win that race. So pretty impressive. Soft is a question mark because it was firm and whatever last time out. Number 10, Lamia is my next one. It's only a maiden winner, but it ran a nice race at Ripon last time out, lost by 2 lengths. It got caught by the leaders and was outrun at the end. So we'll put that for second. Number 13, Rogue Attraction. Ran 2 races. Run first or last race, ran second in the other race. So pretty good. She won that win, was over by 5 lengths. And she was a pretty heavy favorite in both those races. So those odds are interesting based on the way she ran initially.
Mm-hmm. No more for you?
And with bet.
All right, well, I'm going to go with the 11-2 Lightning Polka as well. In this 7, a couple horses get scratched, only 15 horses. I thought there were 17 here. Maybe a couple are out. Who knows? Anyhow, the 15, I'm going to go with Lightning Polka as well. When I look at these races, the lightly run horses, I like to look at the race ratings to see like what they beat and what they thought they were running against. And this one came out, won at one of the highest levels versus one of the highest rated fields, and doesn't have that second race upside where horses tend to improve a lot. Coming Attraction, the 5 horse next for me. That one might be your favorite in there. A length away from being undefeated in 3 races. Number 9, the Isle of Fernandez. The only one to catch a soft field so far in this race, and has done so with an easy win. And then finally right above that is India Love. Looks like they put the odds exactly right, 14 to 1. You got to have this one, Thomas, in my view. It's undefeated in 3 races. You don't know how good a horse is until it loses, but I do know that they are adding a little bit of distance, and it kind of petered out at the end of its last race, but still 3 for 3.
Yeah, I looked at the breeding, and Mom didn't like the soft, and the siblings haven't. So that's one I'm going to put a question mark on.
Well, they're 2-year-olds. I think you can put a question mark next to.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, anything can happen. It could be the one horse that wins this damn thing from an outside post.
At 50 to 1, too.
Yeah.
Actually, in my handicapping, I actually put a maybe on that horse because I kind of run through the first thing and I put down like a yes to maybe, or just a yes, and then or a maybe, or maybe to no, or then no to maybe. So that's kind of how I go through it. And then I go back and look at the ones I feel like have a chance and then study them a little bit deeper. The predictor, I'm sure, has studied them in depth.
Oh, I would assume, yeah.
Lamb Yai, you have that one. Argentino Tango. I don't think either one of us mentioned that. Hey, Isla Fernandez, Mood Queen, Dan Dana, and Catching the Moon. So you have one, I have one, Thomas. We'll see which one of them wins.
Well, or it beats each other.
Yeah, or maybe that 50
may not win, but
I think that one horse, Tom, you pretty much guaranteed it's going to find the winner's circle.
Yeah, it looks that way, right?
Yeah, that's how it usually works out. Another 25 horse field in here on a soft track. We love that, Thomas. At least these are 3-year-olds and up. They're going to go 6 furlongs. So they're going to start up here, run down that hill, come to the finish line. With 25 horses, do you want to be towards the outside of this picture or the inside of this picture?
Inside.
Inside.
The far side, yeah.
And then speed or no speed?
Well, 6 furlongs. So far, speed's been holding at this track. So I would say you want to be more forwardly placed.
And who will be the most forwardly placed when they hit the checkered flag?
I am going to start with number 21, Fahrenheit 7. Won its last race as the favorite at Hamilton by 2 lengths. It's done well in the past on the soft good and good to soft going, and I can see this one repeating. And that's why I'm going to put him on top. Number 3, Toyo Tama, will be my next choice. It's raced in France with some success. Enlisted in group races, but its first start was in England was at Newmarket, big odds, and performed like it needed a start because it didn't do anything. I think it does definitely likes the soft going, and I like the odds a lot, and the draw is good inside. Number 24, Desert Falcon will be my next choice. Winner last time out at Doncaster. He's run really well all season. But they've all, generally been running in 7 furlong races. So he's dropping in distance, which, a little bit of a question mark.
That's not the only thing he's dropping, and look what he opened up at.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So somebody likes him, and
a few bucks there.
He run well. So I mean, and you get the draw inside the 5 draw. I like that too. And finally, I'm going to take number 6. That's Alpha Kaneka or Kelnick. I don't know. After winning 6 races in a row at various levels, she ran a 5th last time out as the huge favorite enlisted. So drops back a little bit today. She knows how to win. Question is she capable against this bunch? And you can see by her ratings, she's pretty, up there with some of these other horses.
Well, what's interesting to me in this race, Thomas, is that usually when we have 25 horse fields, you have 3 or 4, and I have 4, and we'll have 7 or 8 different horses. Somehow we lined up on 3 of them here, which scared the hell out of everybody. So where you stopped, I started with Alpha Kelenic. That horse is one of my favorite types, Tom. It's an all or nothing. You ran 9 times, won 6 of them. But he ran at Ayr twice. You know how many times he won, Tom?
She won a couple times.
Yes, she won 2 for 2. Also ran at the distance 5 times, took home the top prize in 4 of those 5 races, and does have a soft win. So why not?
The problem is number 24. That's why she's on the bottom for me. I did not like that draw.
The 24. I thought you meant the 24 horse, right?
No.
Number 21, it's another one we agree on. Fahrenheit 7. It's kind of scary to me, Tom. Best performances have been on the soft track. Some of the best performances have been at 6 furlongs, 3 times, 2 wins, and a 3rd, and not a badly beaten 3rd. There's one horse that we don't agree on. Number 4, I have Northern Ticker as my 3rd choice.
And it may be the favorite at 6-1.
Yeah. Well, one thing I liked about him last time is that he ran faster by about a half of a second. Same track. So it's usually a good sign the horse is improving. My concern for this horse is, you mentioned getting out front. You got a deep field. This one likes to let horses get in front of it and then kind of just keep them in view and then run by. With 25 horses, you might get too many of them in front of you to run by.
And with that 19 draw, it could be a bit of a challenge.
And then finally, we agree again on number 24, Desert Falcon. Look at those odds, 40-1, down to 18-1, down to 16-1. It does have speed, so it should be up front. Cutting back in distance, that usually helps. Won the last time it ran. That was on a soft track. And it ran at Ayr once, and it won once. So a lot of boxes checking, Tom. And I would suspect if you and I agree on 3 or 4 horses, that the predictor will agree with us.
We won't be even close.
Yeah, it'll be 4 completely different horses. Bang. 2 tribes. Alpha Kinetic is there, yes. Northern Ticket is there. 7 questions, no. Strike Red, Comanche Falls. That's a horse we've seen in our picks before, Thomas. Any reason why you didn't like Comanche Falls?
That didn't run well last time. And I don't think it's fond of the soft.
Maybe it's not fond of us picking it either.
Probably not.
Yeah, that's probably number 1 concern. Well, the last race for today is going to be race number 6. And this is by far my favorite race. I think 7 horses, 4 of them or 5 of them haven't run before. Absolutely no information on them whatsoever at all. So you
that's because it's a novice race. So you get to be a real novice.
So you pull names out of a hat. It's the perfect way to do this. But before we go on, any sense of what's going to happen next week for 4 and Friday, Tom?
What did I say? Either the Cura and I forgot the other one. And the week after, I'm going to be on vacation, which really sucks because that's the ARC on Sunday.
Well, you can at least send me your picks, and I'll write them up and put them on the website.
I will definitely do that. But the ARC is the biggest race in Europe, so I'm sorry that we can't talk about it, but I'll be in transit, so it'll be a little hard.
Well, maybe next year you should go on vacation there, Tom. That would be a dual...
Read the damn calendar is probably what I should do. It's like with Royal Ascot this year. It did the same damn thing. But I've already looked at that and made sure that I'm not going anywhere on that in the middle of June.
Maybe we can try to find our way there. All right, 7 furlongs. We're going to start from number 5. Oh, why? This definitely has to have an impact on post position there, Tom. I'm going to start here. They're going to run down the hill to the lowest point and then turn left. A lot of times these images don't do service to how tight that turn or how untight it might be. But it kind of looks a little tight here. Is it tight?
I wouldn't call it a Belmont turn. I would call it you need to get position, and with 2-year-olds, it could be messy.
Yeah. Well, considering that none of these horses, half of them, I think 4 out of 7 haven't run before. So it's just a guessing game. And what's your first guess?
I'm going to start 3. Galen Quality, my top choice. Had 1 start and needed it, definitely. This is a trainer who's been very good this year, Carl Burke, with 2-year-olds. He's clipping along at a 29% ratio with his horses, his 2-year-olds. That's quite good. And I like that odds. Number 5, Red Spell Danger is going to be my next choice. 2 starts. The first one was better than the last one. But the last race, they broke into 2 groups, and he led the other group that didn't do a damn thing. So I'm maybe a little better run, and we'll have a chance. And finally,
only 7 horses. There's only going to be 1 group.
Yeah. I would assume so, yes, and especially going around that turn in 7. Finally, you're going to take 1 Hasbro Market. Should be the favorite in the race. 1 and has a placing and is also a front runner. So I see it going to clip along, and the draw is fine. And really, that's the horse I'm going to try to beat.
Yeah, it looks like Nobody Knows is in there for the favorite status as well. Maybe, well, actually, it looks like the 5-horse Red Spells Danger is the favorite.
It looks like the 5 is going to be the favorite. But I'm kind of surprised because I thought Hasbro Market would be off the win.
Yeah, I feel like that has to be your top pick, Hasbro Market, because it has experience. A lot of other horses haven't run. It's actually won, so it's not going to be green. The only question for me could be green, but it should. I mean, it should come out of the gates. We know it can win. We know it's to be ready to go. I'm going to go with
the handicapper gave it a rating of 84. but the 5-horse got a rating of 90
Mm,
first start. So
that's pretty solid.
yeah, so it definitely liked that first start.
I don't really know. I'm not the biggest fan of breeding, and they don't give you breeding scores in the data. So I went out and found that breeding matrix that had, I forget the name of the scoring system. Do you remember the name of the scoring system that they use for breeding con? Like Doer or something like, I don't remember. Anyway,
I know where you're going, but I can't remember.
so I ran these things through the matrix, and I'm not quite sure what I'm looking at because there's a lot of decimals and letters and numbers and stuff. But after reading the instructions, I came away with Arabian Desert maybe having some of the best turf breeding in the field. I don't know. And then for sure, nobody knows who's going to win this race. So I went with nobody knows.
Turf and all weather. So
What's that?
they only race on the turf and the all weather. So depending on the all weather surface, a lot of it can be considered soft enough. And certainly in terms of breakdowns, it's one of the lowest. Even in this country, it's the lowest.
For what?
For accident, for breakdowns and yeah, and so it's the all weather is very kind to horses.
For sure. And then I figured since nobody knows who's going to win this race,
that's a good horse to play.
That's a great horse to play, right? Yeah. As our friend Private Ross says, there's cryptic codes, right? That is anything but cryptic. It's right in your face. And I'm just kind of curious to what the predictor is going to say because a lot of these horses haven't run. It'll be interesting to see if if it's just all the horses with experience that get to the front.
Yeah, I'm assuming.
Bang, it's not true. Red spells danger. Hasbro Market. And then down there you have Positive Thoughts, which I think is the longest shot on the board, coming in third. Rockefeller Skank. That's it. What kind of name is that? Anyway.
Interesting. And we'll leave it at that.
Yeah. And then Nobody Knows. That horse looks like it could compete there, Thomas, for sure. But you know which one didn't make on the list there? It doesn't look like Arabian Desert made the list. Oh, he's right there. Good. So
he's there.
We got a chance.
Yeah. Well, I think there's, as you said, there's going to be play on it because of that breeding.
I think that it's like the movie Dumb and Dumber. So you're saying we have a chance? All right, Tom. Well, that wraps it up for this week. Again, next week, we'll probably do the Cura or something like that. So keep an eye out for that. The following week, we offer for Friday. Again, tomorrow, the Pennsylvania Derby over at Parks. And just a little bit within the hour or so, I would say, the wagering guide along with the smart sheets for the entire card at Parks will be available over at Guaranteed Tip Sheet. A link on YouTube in the description to go get that. Of course,
there's some decent racing today at Parks.
Yeah, good racing across the board at Parks. Yeah, it's our good friend Sean will be there too. So take a look at the websites to look for on our social sites. You see streaming down there below. I'm sure he'll put some content up directly from the source.
And he'll be mooning everybody too.
Yeah, that's what you need to see. I think that would pretty much be the end of his career, no matter where. In any case,
I couldn't resist.
So whatever you're doing, make sure you hit the subscribe button, share our content with your friends, let them know about us. The more interactivity we have, the higher up the rankings we go. When people search for horse racing content, the more likely they are to find Tom and I, Terry and I, and all of our wonderful picks and humor. Before we get out of here, Thomas, any final thoughts from you?
Especially with some of our picks.
Yeah, well, there's good humor in that. I mean, last week we did all right at Shawton. It was a little bit chalky-ish. So
yeah. No, you did. You had that one that paid decent. The bolt. What was a growing bolt? Yeah, that one paid pretty well. Mine were chalky.
Yeah, it was kind of a chalky day overall over there, so not that big a deal. I don't expect the chalky day with 15 horse fields and with a couple.
Even if it's chalky at 5-1, I would be pleased to have $20 on that horse.
Yeah, no question about it. All right, Thomas. Well, before we go, any final thoughts from you?
Well, this is again with the soft track and going, and of course we're in that time of year there where basically these soft horses that like the soft going are going to be showing up more often. I'm hoping that we got some of those in our picks.
As do I. I feel like if we hit a trifecta in races 3, 4, and 5, they should pay very well. And I do believe the conversion rates should work to our favor on that one. No matter what you're doing for the rest of this weekend, whether you're trying to pick 2-year-olds or long shots in deep fields on a soft ground at Ayr, or you're just kind of hanging out, getting ready for some football, as we do here in the States. Football, not football. We certainly hope you have God's grace. Yes, sir. Any of those. Terry, hey, great show, guys. Thank you, Terry. We didn't expect anything less from you. But no matter what you're doing for the rest of this day, we certainly hope you have God's grace, God's favor, and every single thing you do ends up in the
Ayr winner circle.
Yes, indeed, especially in those 25-horse fields.
Yeah.